So it is closing for the Sabbath. I pretty much got laid up. So I've been making some of the video files in different formats and all that. I need to check them out. So I need to have it from one old computer to the other old computer. These computers are so slow. But anyway, it's done. So I need to check these, how the quality is, and figure out which settings to use and all that. But yeah, but more frustrations as always. Then the video doesn't work, then the sound doesn't work, and then you get an old version and you toy around with, and then you find out it is an old version, and then you get another version which is said to be the newest, and then it's you find out that that is actually not the newest version, and that you actually already had the newest version. It's just in another package that is not called sticky, which you could have told me while I asked for the newest edition, and instead of just pointing me to the newest edition that I already actually had in the package, he sent me another new edition of the sticky version, and then finding out afterwards, complaining about or talking about something else. Actually, he says, it's actually not the newest edition. The newest edition is actually found in the non-sticky version, which has the sticky version, and I'm like, oh my. So, it's like doing. The problem is every time you do this from one update to another update, you need to sit and check all the settings, and that's tedious and that takes time. The problem is I bought the whole package, the big package, and the big package it's nearly a year since he last updated the package, and you don't have the ability or possibility to just go and download each of the programs, in the newest version. So you have this one big package which has a lot of outdated programs, and then of course you need to ask the guy, do I have the apparently latest version? You would think that you would have had an updated version, right? That he would keep the package updated, but no. This is incredible. So I was looking into WordPress, and in regards to the sound and all that, and sometimes it seems like I'm not sure if he reads the messages thoroughly when I write to him, and he responded back to me twice that I have the latest versions in the bundle, the mega bundle and all that, but yet. Doing some research again, because I have a way of I don't want to do more and start on something and then find out and of course it doesn't seem like the auto update works either on WordPress, and that's apparently because he has problems with people downloading on torrent clients and all that. But the thing is, it just blocks the people that actually have paid for the application to actually get an updated. It's a mess. I think it's piracy is not. You can't stop the piracy in regards of people using your applications. That's just impossible, pretty much. But then when they try to do these safe things and all that, they just ruin it for the people that actually have paid for the application. And so more I don't really give much in regards of those people that do what they do. Many of those don't have the resources anyway to that's children, young people that don't have the resources, and they're downloading things on the internet. I did it myself, and you don't have the resources to buy anything, and it's always been the way of the internet, that you were. It was just, you didn't need to have a written format or whatever. You took from this guy and he took from you and this and that and all that, and that was pretty much how we did it on the internet. We just so-called stealing, whatever, we just shared things and made things and all that. And instead of all this crap copyright bullshit and all that, just, going, just the easy way, it was easy, Okay, he had an image of this, no copyright or anything. He understood that I'm taking from others, they're taking from me, and that's the way we do it, And that is the way, and then all this bullshit coming around that, I have to be careful about this and that, and I'm so tired of it. And it's all things that just makes it harder for the people enjoying the experience of being on the internet, and creativity to go forward. Anyway, so it tells me twice that I have the latest versions of these two applications that I want to. So I check both of them actually on the the sites where you can download one file, but I can't. But the others can that have bought that single application. And I can see in his updates that I don't have the latest version after installing it on WordPress, seeing the number in regards, and probably also in the help file, should be in the help file as well. And it's just tedious, he's telling me that I have the latest versions, and yet that doesn't seem to be the case. It just, I'm sick and tired of needing to write to someone and use my time on writing when I should just have the newest edition without any problem, right? And just I'm getting so tired of it. And some of the questions I'm asking, I have to rewrite things, and not always understanding what I'm writing. I'm just getting. I don't understand why he don't update the bundle. From. I really don't understand. I've told him. In regards of it's like nearly a year since you last updated this. It's just incredible. Oh, maybe. So I'll have to write him again, but it's just wasting my time. And I have to rewrite the other question because he seemed to have misunderstood that. And apparently I don't have the newest editions of these applications, or at least one of them. The other is a little harder because he doesn't seem to have updated the update thing of it. And yeah, it's tedious. Not only is there a huge amount of things in the applications, to set up the applications, and also some issues here and there and all that you need to figure out and all that. But besides that, there's other issues in regards of having the latest update, which is just 3 times I had to install one of the applications. 3 times I had to do over, pretty much where you were sitting, even if you have a lot of the corrections in one application, then you need to look, and compare it and fix it and so forward, because if, in the new edition, there might be something that breaks it. So you can't just copy, the file. So yeah, it's, you need to use some time to actually, get the things fixed. See if I can find the old two. There we go. Documentation. Let's see what the documentation says. Yeah, version 6.6. And on his webpage, it says 7.3, I think it is, And then it tells me I have the newest edition. Yeah, great. Now, shoot 7.1. What is this? Yeah, I'm getting fed up, getting fed up with this. So let's see here. See if I can find the web page again here. I don't know. No, where did it go? So I have the video things I need to test out and see what quality and all that, and see what is the best and all that, and hopefully I will then get closer to, getting the sound quality as best as possible. So 7.1. Oh, maybe we have them over here. Okay. Yeah, Ultimate. Here we go. The version 7.1 release date 11/07/2019, and that's the update, the latest update that is in regards to the update log. And I have the 6.6. So the version 6.6 released on the third month, the 30th day 2019. Then there's, according to this, there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4 updates, 5 updates. 5 updates since the last update that I have. And yet he tells me I have the newest edition. Oh. Now the other application, it doesn't seem like he has updated the update log, because it says the version is from version 3.4 released date, the 7 month, actually the 25 day, the 7 month, and 2017. So that's like 3 years or two or 3 years or whatever, a little over 2 years, I guess. I'm not entirely in regards of the calendar and all that, but yeah, we're in 2020, right? Yeah. Okay, so if I go into my WordPress, it says the version of the Royal Audio Player is 5.6. Yet, looking at his updates in regards of when the last update was, I can't be sure if that, it could absolutely be outdated as well, and when you don't have an auto update function on WordPress, it doesn't really help on it, because if there was an auto update version, auto update on it, that would be, you would just be able to, get the newest edition, right? Yeah, but no. Let's have it more tedious and let the people, write him. It must be both an issue for, or maybe it's a way of actually making the people, needing him in some sense, instead of just making it easy for the user to actually just, because it must be a lot of wasteful things to need to write to all these people asking him about the newest updates and this and that and all that, because he himself have not kept them updated to the newest edition. It must be a lot of wasteful time, but I guess maybe it's to keep the people, needing him in some sense. So it's just, and that doesn't make sense, because it seems like he already have a lot of things on his hands. So why make it more difficult for himself? That doesn't make any sense. So anyway, I can't see what the other, I don't know what the latest version is of the other one. Again, because it's, usually there is something in regards to when it was last updated. Last update on the 2nd May 2019. So let's see, May. That will be there. So that has been updated this last year in regards to Roman time in 2019. And then the question, of course, is when was the last update of the big package, because if this is coming after the package, and I can't remember when that was, but, I was looking into things. It's just, I don't want to waste time on these things. I just want to get on going with actually, setting things up, and yet I'm ending in these idiotic things. Mega, what do you call it? Mega. Of course, it is moving forward. It's just tedious to get these, things that I shouldn't really have problems with. I should have the newest editions from the very point of downloading things. And let's see when the last updated on 8th of April. 8th of April 2009. Let's see if that is that after. No, of course that's before the last update of the other application. So I would think that I have two versions that are older than the. So this is 8th of April, and the other was what? It was the next month. It was. No, this is. And of course, this has been the UVP player has been updated the 20. Let's just drop that. Yeah, we have 2nd May. So around a month after, a little less than a month after he released the Mega Bundle, there is an update for the player apparently. Now, it doesn't say in regards to the update log, in regards to any updates, but apparently there's an updated version. You know, he has apparently made an update to it, and you know, the month afterwards. So, of course, the UVP player is the latest update is 2nd August. According to the Roman timeline, let's see here, 2nd August. Let's see what the last update says. Let's say 14.6, okay. 14, let's see, that would be there, and August, okay. So apparently there seems to actually be at least one newer update that is not in the update log. So it's just you know, this is just tedious. I do understand maybe it's hard to just update the log and all that, but this is just so apparently there's probably even 6 updates for one of the applications as updates, and there seems to be at least one update for the other. And yet I'm told, after asking him twice, because I wanted to be sure that I didn't have an older version, because I don't want to go into a lot of tedious things again like the last couple of times, which is just totally wasted a lot of my time. And then he says, yes, I have the newest edition. Really? So what is this I found on the web, you know? So I'll write back to him again and see if I can make him understand. And then, of course, in regards to the videos, he seems to have answered wrongly, misunderstood what I said or something like that, in regards of not being able to play sound in MP4 files. And then he says, you know, yeah, but you know, you MP3 files and MP4 files. Yeah, I am talking about MP4 files. I'm talking about that, you know, if you have AC3 files, you know, audio files in the MP4 file, the sound doesn't work. If we're not talking, yeah, so I am using the format in regards of the MP3 or MP4, you know, in regards of what the players are. Oh, you have to be kidding me. So I'm going to write back to him and try to get him understand. But again, it seems like, you know, the guy seems to have a lot of, you know, so, but that doesn't make it easier for, you know, if he wants people to contact him for the newest edition and this and that is wasteful as well. It takes away from his time. And if you can't even update the application on WordPress, it's just, you have to be kidding me. Just because someone's copying your program in regards of piracy, that's not, you know, you can't stop the piracy. You know, there will always be piracy in regards of people, and you know, as far as I know, a lot of these people don't even have the resources to pay for the things anyway, so you're not really losing anything, you know. And of course, there's probably are people out there just, you know, but you know, a lot of young people that don't have any, you know, possibility of, you know, they share things and all that, and you don't really lose anything from that anyway, you know. They're not, you know, they don't have the possibility of yeah, well, anyway. I see it like free advertising. If someone is actually using it, you know, even downloading it from a torrent is just like free advertising for your application, you know. And so other people will see, oh, what's this application? If it works nice and all that, people will be interesting, right? And then instead of anyway, I guess, but he doesn't see it like that. Anyway, I should stop complaining now, and maybe I'm actually doing something I shouldn't do in regards of course I'm not. Well, I guess it could actually be considered talking behind the back of someone. Hopefully it's not. That's just my experience with these things, and of course I'm going to tell him again, on some of the things. This is very tedious, it gets frustrating, very frustrating, the first thing where I had an older application, first I'm finding out that, I'm toying around with the first application, right? And I find out that some of the features that is on his website is not found in the application. And I'm like looking, and I'm like, it's a huge amount of features, so I could have missed it and so forward. And then I find out it's not the updated version. Oh, really? Then I have to wait like over 10 days. I think it actually took 15 or 16 days before I got the new version, the so-called new version of the application. Now, then I have something and I write back to him, and what does he say? He says, there's a newer version that I already had from the very beginning. And I'm like, why didn't you just say that in the beginning? Why didn't you just say, well, the newest sticky version is actually found, there, you already have it. You just need to use the non-sticky version, and then you have the new sticky version in the non-sticky version. Yeah, why didn't you tell me from the beginning instead of just sending me a file and I'm setting it up again and all that for the second time, and then I'm told, no, there's actually a newer version than that. Well, I thought you sent the newest edition to me. Oh my. It's a madhouse. I'm getting, it's just a madhouse, just wasting my time. And I should already have had the newest edition by paying for the whole bundle. I should already have the possibility of, having, downloading it and expecting that I get the newest version. I shouldn't sit here and try to figure out, do I have the newest edition or not? And then, have a correspondence with the guy that wastes a lot of time, and I need to wait for the response, and the response might not even be good. And then I need to rewrite, and, what tedious bullshit and very frustrating. And, it's just incredible. And if he already have issues with time and all that, he's not making it easier for himself to make people needing to write to him about these things, which just should have been fixed from the first place, So my experience with these things are not positive. There are, a lot of applications in the package and all that, and in regards of paying for the whole package and all that, and sadly, also, if you pay for the whole package, if you want to have support from him, you need to pay a lot more than if you actually just had paid for one of the smaller applications. I don't get that, So the support is cheaper if you don't only need support for one application. But I really don't get that, why that would be, because it will still be the time. It will still be the same time consuming thing as far as I can see. If you sit with one, maybe, okay, maybe if you have more applications, you run into more problems and all that, and then might, but still, I didn't expect the support would actually be so much more expensive, and primarily I only bought it for 2 applications, so looking at like, okay, that's a huge amount to, and then not even getting the newest versions, and if you actually just bought one of the applications, and not the whole mega bundle thing, you would have the newest editions, because there we go with the newest editions. That's the updated versions, and it's just, I do understand it will take time for the computer to make a whole mega bundle, but nearly a year since the last update is just not that's not going to fly. It should be updated at least once a month, and like this is incredible. At least have the possibility of the people to download, those newest editions, have the access for that. That seems to be, so you make it easier for the user instead of making it more difficult, which is what has been, done pretty much. So anyway, I'll write back to him, and I'll then need to wait for a response that, yeah, maybe you actually have an older version, I don't know. But anyway, I'll have to see. So needing to figure things out myself, write back to him, and then hopefully make him understand, yeah, you have an older version, and here is the newest, versions. Which again, I should already have had from the very beginning. This is pretty much bullshit. It's bullshit. I think it's bullshit, If you have a mega bundle package, it should be updated every single month at least, That was at least be the minimum, in regards of having the new. Or maybe you should make maybe the WordPress should actually be able to update to the newest version of the, saying that because of piracy and all that, you don't allow this. It's just, oh my, So the people paying for the application now needs to have, need to ask you for the update and then install the update. And I'm not sure if that is easy or not, or if it actually breaks what you're setting, the settings and all that. I don't know what it breaks and what, because you have one plugin. If you install another plugin that is newer, it might just actually fix it another place, and you might need to set it all up again, and that's tedious, and that's just not going to fly, because that's bullshit, and that's wasteful of time, and it's just incredible. Anyway, so you want to make it as easy for the user as possible, and this is not what I see, that's for sure. And I think this is some of the things that people just don't want to go through, and I think that might be why people, goes to piracy, because they don't get all the bullshit, they don't get all the copyright bullshit that all the companies have a way of putting on. All the things are there. Like if I buy some music and I want the music used on my computer, down on my computer or my mobile or something like that, I need to use other applications to actually, because I can't just copy the files. No, that would be too easy, right? So, and I have, you can maybe see the WAV files and all that, but you can't copy them, Then you need an application. Then you maybe need another application because there's copyright bullshit on and all that. And then of course you need to make it in a format, that you want. And, when you do the piracy, someone has already done all these things for you. So all the wasteful things that you need to do when you have actually paid for something and you're not allowed to do what they, because of all the copyright bullshit and all that, you can just go on the internet and you can go to a torrent client or whatever, And I don't know what is really out there in good, I haven't really, in the past I knew a lot of sites, that I used in regards of and it was just so much easier, You downloaded the things, you got it, everything was done for you. There was no copyright bullshit, no insanities, where you need to call anyone up and all that. It was just there, It didn't have any where you need to put in a number or whatever, It was just all fixed, pretty much. Mostly, yeah. So, and you got it in the format you wanted. You again, you didn't need to have, and these applications that you need to, get the music from the disc or whatever, or the movie or whatever from the disc and all that. And then you need to pay money for those applications and this app. And just, really, it's just terrible. It's just terrible, It's wasteful, and that these, it's just, yeah, it's just, and how the music industry was fighting MP3 when it came out, it's just incredible. Years and years and years, they stood against the format and persecuted people on the internet for sharing music and all that, which is much easier than to go down in the store. And actually, it just made music files more available to more people that wouldn't never go down to a store. Like me, I never went down to a CD store. I just couldn't care, and I didn't really care about music either in regards of but in regards of MP3, it was so easy to just download something, and just instead of, and you got what you wanted instead of buying like an album where you only want one song and all that. But anyway, I never was the guy that went for for these things. And so, but anyway, they did, they just went against the MP3 format instead of actually looking into it and actually doing something. They didn't want to change. And people love this, that they could just share the things, and it was the creativity and all that, that was wonderful. It was easy. It was easy. It was, anyway. So I guess we're always finding these things, Again, as I say, copyright is of the devil, I just hate copyright. There are some, I don't know if they are defined as copyright. There are these open agreements where if you use my software and you can do it for free, but if you make something for it, because it's open source and all that, you have the ability to dig around and all that. If you make something for the application itself, improve it or something, you need to give back. That's fair, and it's wonderful. I think that's really nice. So yeah, absolutely. That's how it should work, in regards of giving back. And so very, very, very nice. Let's see here. So I need to test the files that I have and again, that's a tedious thing as well. It takes a lot of time with my old laptops. But anyway, when I figure out things and all that, it should hopefully go quicker in regards of, when I get the settings overall, what I actually should use and all that. Because as he says, it can play MP4 files, but that's not entirely true, because the MP4 files with AC3 cannot be played by the player. It won't play the sound. So just saying that it can play MP4 files is not entirely true, because apparently if it's AC3, it doesn't support it apparently, which is weird. But so you're hitting into all these issues of I can't even say it. Let's see here. What do we have here? We have this one and that one. We need one application spec. Okay, let's see how it was doing in regards of the sound. The problem, of course, with you have all these settings in regards of 192 in regards of the music, or 224, 256 in regards of the bit and all that. And the question, where's the original file? Did I have? Oh, let's see. We need the original file first. And then my one computer apparently made an error in regards of the one that actually seems to actually, but the application said there was a problem. I don't know. So it's a little smaller than the other. Okay, so but sound works on those, so that's nice. Anyway, let's take the main video. Maybe just focusing on one thing at the time, But of course, the problem is then you focus on something, and then you have the computer sitting for, well, a long time, I guess more than 24 hours doing these things, and then then you're doing other things as well, so you have more balls in the air, and I have a way of keeping a hard time in regards of keep. Oh, this is actually the quality. There's a good difference in regards of size. Now, of course, in regards of size, it doesn't really matter much because I have 40 gigabytes at the moment, so that's not really a big issue in regards of the. I should have. I haven't come to a problem where I have problems with the how much storage and all that. And the storage seems to go upwards, a little by little, and of course, one can pay for more storage if it is, but 40 gigabytes should be a good amount to have the videos I want to have up, and of course afterwards filling up, I can begin to sort things out and all that, and maybe make some adjustments overall. But yeah. Okay, so we have copied that, and so I have this wonderful application that is called Spec, and the thing with Spec is that even if you make an audio into another audio format and all that, because I have a problem being able to that the player doesn't play it. Now, of course, I wanted to be as close to the original file as possible, so I don't lose too much information in regards of the audio. And so I've made different files with different codings of the sound, and different formats as well that I know supports it. What does it actually say? MP? Oh, okay. That's MP3. Okay. Yep, that's true. It's like the good old days of Windows 2000. I'm still very sad that I threw out the old computer that I had Windows 2000 on. I would actually have loved to have that still. So I had some insanity still. But of course, I don't know how many problems you will probably run into problems in regards of newer things in our days. But I do remember that I actually got it up and running pretty good. But of course, it's many years ago. But I did actually get it up, and it was running very solid as usual Windows 2000, and it was on a computer that I had collected together by by other computers that was thrown out. So it was very high end compared to, I found all the best of the best and put it in it, and so it was very, it had a good amount of I don't know what happened to that computer. I guess I probably threw it out. Very sad, because it was a nice computer. It was stable. It was, yeah, that was nice. Yeah, that was sad I threw that out, because even if it was, it was quick. It did what it did. Now, of course, in regards of our days of files and all that, but it could still have done a lot of the things that I wanted to do, because Windows 2000 could pretty much do what I wanted it to do. So, and I had also had two Voodoo cards in it and all that, and I don't know in regards to the sound if I put a creative sound card in it and all that, but anyway, it was pretty up to date. That was interesting. Anyway, so the original file have up to 20 kilohertz of information, and that's the original file, and that's 192 kilobyte per second. Now, if I take the MP3 format, 192 kilobit per second, I think it's called, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I always have time. But it already begins to take off information here. I guess it's 15, 16, 17, around 17 kilohertz here. So it has taken information from that. Okay. The next one is 224 kilobyte per second, and it looks much closer to the original. Actually, it looks pretty clear to the original in regards of the information. So 192 loses information for sure from the sound file, and 224 seems to be the golden number. I also took 256, but it doesn't really seem there's any difference in regards of the spec program here. It still goes up to the nearly 20,000 kilohertz. Now then, of course, we can try with the ACC, which I also have somewhere, and I'll test that with the spec, and that should be, as I understand it, like the next thing, that apparently should have was a replacement for MP3, I guess. That seems to be what I've read. Now, of course, you still have players that don't support, and that's, of course, the problem with a lot of these things. When you have so many different formats, you have a lot of compatibility problems, and that's tedious. Very tedious. So where did it go? There we go. So we need to open. Okay, so 224 seems to be good enough for the MP3 format to not lose more information from the file. Now again, I probably lose information anyway when you recode it and all that, but at least it goes up to the place where the old file was going. Okay, ACC 192 loses information as well. No difference. This seems like very close to the MP3 file in regards of losing information. So that's not good. So then that's 224 seems to again actually do it. So I guess 224 seems to be the number to go for here. At least for these files that I've tried. Now, of course, there might be others where you could go low and all that. And of course, that's kind of tedious if I every time need to make different files to see if what is actually best in regards of sound. But yeah, 192 will not work here. You lose information. Again, the closest again 224 seems to be the way that doesn't lose information either, even if it's MP3 or AC3. And then the question is which format I didn't want to use. ACC apparently, and ACC is said to be able to actually be better, but I think it's more in the lower resolutions, as I understood it, in regards to reading people, that it's better in lower, but it's hard to compare the two sounds things, in regards of I can't really see what is actually better overall, it's just oh wait, MP3 AC, ACC, AC. But why did I actually do it like that? Seems like I have different qualities of oh my, it's a mess. It's a mess. Now, of course, I can still see the quality of the audio here, but apparently I've gone from quality 18 to quality 20 in regards of the video files. I thought that was, I don't know why I don't know what is going on here. Why that would be the case? I thought I had changed the one file, not every. Oh well, maybe I did. Maybe I forgot to change the. Oh, it's a mess. Anyway, have a good one. I don't know wants to hear about complaining anyway, and it's just a waste of time. I'm just wasting people's time here, apparently. May Jehovah be with you. Yeshua be a most precious pearl, and the spirit of truth be in us all. I'm just going to continue and, stop, talking about negative things and all that. It's not going to help anything anyway. Just get it along with it, right?